Hello, myself Shvangi Lomi. I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I'm from Yashwantrao Chavan Law College, Pune, Maharashtra. Today, my topic is Doctrine of Estoppel. Indian Evidence Act 1872 incorporates the meaning of estoppel as when one person, either by his act or omission or by declaration, has made another person believe something to be true and persuaded that person to act upon it. Then, in no case can he or his representative deny the truth of that thing later in the suit or in the proceedings. In some simple words, estoppel means one cannot contradict, deny, or declare to be false the previous statement made by him in the court. Conditions for application of doctrine of estoppel. The following conditions are: the representation must be made by one person to another person. The representation made must be as to facts and not as to the law. The representation must be made as to an existing fact. The representation must be made in a manner which makes the other person believe that it is true. The person to whom the representation is being made must act upon that belief. The person to whom the representation would be made should suffer a loss by such representation. The doctrine has been variously described as equitable estoppel, quasi estoppel, and new estoppel. The doctrine is not really based on the principle of estoppel, but it is a doctrine of evolved by equity in order to prevent injustice where a promise made by a person knowing that it would be acted on it is inequitable to allow the party making the promise to go back upon it. The doctrine of promissory estoppel need not therefore be confined to the limitations of estoppel in strict sense of words. Um, in that case, there was news in the papers that state of UP would grant exemptions from sales tax for 3 years to new industrial units. Petitioner wanted to set up a Vanaspati plant. He applied to Director of Industries and Chief Secretary and both confirmed the availability of the exemption. Petitioner contended that the government should be stopped from going back upon the declared exemption. The Supreme Court allowed the petition, holding that the government was bound by its declared intention. The court also held that detriment is not necessary to create an estoppel against the state. What is necessary is only that the promise should have altered his positions in reliance on the promise. A mere promise to make a gift will not create an estoppel. It would require a clear and unequivocal promise to import the doctrine into a matter. A leading institution intimated the sanction of a loan with a remark that it did not constitute a commitment on the part of the institution, held that there was no promise to found the doctrine of promissory estoppel. This video doesn't solicit any types of promotions or advertisements as per the guidelines of Bar Council of India, and the sole purpose of this video is for education purposes only. Please like, share and comment on my video and do subscribe this channel. Thank you so much.